I like my app that
No,
says,
I didn't say Phyllis, I said Lois.
Louise?
oh,
Are you saying Louise?
I'm sorry, Louise, yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, good. I got the first choice.
Favorite app?
My favorite app is probably Around Me.
Okay,
And I'm looking for it here.
there's an app called Around Me?
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
Yep.
called Around Me.
Around Me.
Around.
Yeah,
Great
And-
little app. Go ahead.
and it if you're traveling and you want a gas station or whatever, or
Mhm.
restaurant or whatever, you just click that and it tells you what you're close to.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
Anything else you want to learn more about?
Yeah.
I
Shazam.
always like the weather apps. I have 3 of them, and I'd like to know the good, bad, and ugly about all the weather apps.
Good point. Hey, James, what do you got?
Okay, for me, I'd say my favorite app is the Fidelity app because I use that a lot to check on my investments.
Uh-huh.
And the one I'd like to learn more about is Around Me.
Around Me, okay. Good. Inga, it's your turn.
Who?
Inga, I can't, you don't have your microphone on, Inga.
Do you have any favorite?
I can never picture either. Ann, go ahead.
Ones I use all the time.
talking to me?
Yep,
Well, having had a daughter in weather for some 45 years, obviously my favorite app are all the weather apps. And
okay.
I've got many of them. And truly, I would also like to learn about Around Me.
Okay. Good. Leah,
My favorite app is Boggle.
you spell that?
My,
Spell that, please.
it's on my e-reader, but
No, spell it
I
for
have
me.
a
How do you spell
different
that?
yeah. Boggle. It's a word play. It's a word game. And the one I'd like to learn a little bit more about is Shortcut.
Okay. What was that again? The name of the app you like? Toggle?
Boggle. B as
Boggle.
in boy. Oggle.
And it's a library app?
No, it's a game app.
Okay.
A word game.
It's a word game.
Word game app. Yeah. And I'm having a great deal of trouble finding it for both my phone and my new iPad, the same version that I have on my Nook.
And what was the app you wanted to learn? Oh, Shortcut.
Shortcuts.
Leah, Boggle with Friends, the word game. I'm looking at it on my phone. It's in the App Store. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing, but it's in the App Store.
Well, I've looked in there, but I couldn't find it.
Yeah.
What'd you type in, Barbara?
I typed in Boggle free,
Boggle free.
and then it says Boggle with Friends word game.
That one I gave that one to my grandson for his birthday, and he and I played a couple of times. I'm really looking for just one that I can play myself, but thank you.
Okay. Hey, William, what do you got? Bill Kelleher?
I guess my favorite one, I do a lot of reading on the news and the weather and stuff, but when I just want to take a few minutes of diversion, I like Sudoku, and I like the one that's S2, that you can choose the level of Sudoku you want, so you can play a quick game or a medium length game. And
What's the version you like? Name it again.
it's the symbol on the thing is S2.
Okay.
And as far as learning something, I'm trying to play around with folders right now, so I need to learn a little bit more on working with folders, but I think that's beyond today.
Both shortcuts and folders are utility applications, I guess is what I call them. Productivity
Yeah.
applications. Okay. Kevin, turn on your speaker, turn on your microphone, Kevin, please. Go ahead. What would you like? What's your favorite app, Kevin? Kevin? Can't hear you.
There's some awful noise here.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Paul, go ahead.
Yeah, I like the whole music app. I play that whenever I'm working out every day. I have a lot of songs recorded on that.
What was the
And
name of it again, please? I'm sorry.
music
Oh,
through Apple.
yep.
And
And,
Oh.
go ahead.
and what else? What app would you like to learn more about?
In general, I don't have a particular one. I'm learning every time I listen to others what they're learning.
Okay. Barbara,
Which one?
Which one?
Barbara C.
Barbara C.
Yep.
Okay, I want to make sure. Well, I'll tell you, I'm just new to the Apple world and I have a new iPad. So I love books because I love to read and it's really fun because you can go to your library and all
Right.
over. And the other one, believe it or not, is Zoom because all of a sudden I'm Zooming with lots of different people and none of us know enough about it to really know when something goes wrong, how to fix it. So there you have it.
Okay. I have to let some people in here, just a minute.
And I'm gonna stick that around me. That sounds like a good app.
Is anybody else hearing this horrible noise?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody,
I think it's coming from Kevin.
Put him on mute.
Can you mute Kevin?
I just did.
Good.
Yep.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. That was it.
Yeah.
Okay. Greg.
Okay, everybody's already taken my favorite apps, but I do use the fitness app every day,
Which one?
and the
Help.
built-in one,
Okay.
and I
My health.
use it on my watch, and it keeps track of how far you go and how quickly you're going and
Is that
all
called
that sort
workout
of
or
thing.
something like that?
Pardon?
Workout?
Yes, yeah, I just do the walk outside workout.
అది అయిపోయింది ఇక్కడ ఇప్పుడు కంప్యూటర్ క్లాస్ ఉంది
Uh,
in hour or so. Okay, ma? I always love.
okay, everybody.
Morning.
No talking while you're, I may mute everyone, then you have to unmute yourselves. Is that okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll mute all and then you unmute yourself to speak. Okay. First of all, I'll mention a couple of things. Around Me is a great app, and we'll talk about that more. And a lot of people use it for a lot of different things. Workout is one that that you use if you're going for a walk or a run or whatever you're doing. You click it, you tell it what you're going to do, and then it starts and it tracks your heart rate, it tracks your distance you walk, for example, et cetera, and then keeps a log of it. So it's a pretty good app. Greg, what's one you'd like to learn more about?
Oh, I still need to know more about shortcuts.
I think we'll do a session on shortcuts. Let me give you an example of a shortcut. I get in my car and I say, take me home, Siri. and it brings up maps and puts in my address and then says, go, and says, I'm on my way home. And then I forgot the terminology I used, but I said, there's a certain set of words I use, like I'm going home, and it starts music. It sends my wife a message telling her what time I will arrive and brings up maps and shows me how to get home. That's a shortcut. It's a multiple application starter. Now it takes a little work to set it up, but once you do it, when I use those particular words, bingo, all those things happen automatically. Barbara?
And if you say, take me home country roads, would it play the song or give you a devious route?
I'd say play John Denver. But I think if you said, take me home country road, it would bring up John Denver. Barbara?
Barbara
Oh,
Gog,
Barbara S., yeah.
G. Okay, well, I think maybe you're calling on me. I don't know if you can hear me. Yes?
No, I'm calling Barbara S.
Oh, okay.
Shapiro. Sorry,
Shapiro, right?
yes.
My favorite app is Amazon.
I
I absolutely love it.
Go ahead.
And another favorite app for me is Flipster.
Yep.
For those of you that like to read magazines but don't want a magazine subscription, it's the bomb. And Yelp, I would probably like to just feel more comfortable with.
Oh, in there, okay. Melinda, are you there? You need to unmute yourself. She must not be there. Sharon?
I think my favorite app is Informed Delivery.
Say that again.
Informed Delivery. It tells me what mail I'm going to get every day.
Say that. How do you spell
Informed, INFORMED Delivery. It's put out by the post office, and it's not available everywhere, but it is in our zip code, so I would imagine most of Sarasota. You go in, and I'm sure I got the app from the App Store, and you go in and put in your zip code, and it tells you if it's available in your area, and then you put in your address, and every day in the morning I get an email that tells me the mail that I'm going to get that day.
Wow. Now that does not include spam or, the spam mail.
It does, yes. Like yesterday, I got a whole bunch from Amazon, Omaha Steak and ARP, and some of those it will scan. It depends on the size of the particular email. Those packages you get like on Wednesday that have got all the flyers in it, that it doesn't. But envelope from Omaha Steaks, yes, it will scan that.
Bills, I assume.
Yes. Oh, yes. I got my water sewer bill yesterday, and it tells you all of that.
Wow. I didn't know the post office had. That's a good one. Okay.
Yeah. And I use it every day. I can't wait. It's generally in by between 8 and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And I look forward to it. And I'm real happy if I don't see a bill, and I'm twice as happy if I see a check.
It gives you an image also of each piece of mail because it's
Yes.
scanning it.
Yeah, that's what it is. It scans it in. And
I
occasionally,
also use it, and if there's nothing important in the mail, I send my wife to get the mail.
You should have said your dog to get the mail. I don't.
No secrets, huh?
Okay.
Get the mail late afternoon, so it really works well to know what's going to be coming.
Yeah. Susan.
You didn't ask me what I
Oh, I'm
wanted
sorry.
to.
Go ahead, Sharon. I'm sorry.
I would love to learn. I have so much trouble with files and folders. When I save something to a file, I never can find it.
When you say something to a file, doesn't it ask you where you want to put it?
No, not generally. It just, do you want to save it to a file? And I say yes, and then I can't ever find it.
Well, if it doesn't ask you, it should be putting it on your iPad, but
Huh.
on mine, it gives me a bunch of choices. Do I want to put it in Dropbox or multitude of different cloud storage devices that I have hooked to my iPad? But it doesn't ask you. Do you have Dropbox on your device?
Yes, I do. I don't use it, but I have it.
And what program are you using to save?
Just different ones. Like if I'm reading something and I want to save it, I'll click on save and I don't know where it goes.
You're reading something where?
On my device.
No. In what application is what I mean?
Right offhand, I can't tell you. Different applications. It's not always the same. Sometimes it's in books.
If you're in books, it's saving it in books, not in anywhere else.
I would think that's where it would go, but there's times I know, I'll read the Monitor and I'll try to save it and I can't find it.
But that's in Safari. Looking at files that you
yeah,
working on pages or Word or Excel or numbers, and you want to save something, then when those things come up.
yeah, and then sometimes I'll go into files and it'll show something that I saved and it's grayed out. I can't get to it.
Okay, we can talk of files too at some point. Susan, how are you today?
Is it Suzanne?
Yes, it is, Suzanne.
Oh, okay, very good. I'm in Michigan right now, so
Well, the
but I'm
background kind of suits you, but I bet it's a little colder than that now.
yes, it is. That's our backyard in the fall.
That's beautiful.
I actually like Pinterest, and Pinterest is we have a motor home, and I wanted to get some ideas on organizing our motor home.
Yeah.
So I could choose that as an interest, and so I get emails. I don't know if I get them every day, but every so often, with a compilation of people's ideas for organizing, and you can choose whatever interest you have, like gardening or traveling or whatever. And I haven't used it all that much, but it seems like it's a real good app to have too. And I'd actually like to know more about Facebook and the privacy settings.
Okay. Judith. Don't forget to
Hi
unmute.
there, Bill.
Judith.
I also like Pinterest.
Okay.
Most of the time I'm going in and I'm looking for recipes with a certain ingredient in it or a lack of ingredient. And you can dial in on details. That's one nice thing about the app. And I also like FaceTime. We stay in touch with our grandchildren and their children quite a bit through FaceTime. We use Messenger when we talk to our grandson who's in Kuwait right now. That's the only way he can get through to us, considering all the red tape and the government miles that are between us.
Yeah.
The one that during vacation time, of course, camera. I'm still learning about camera, always will. There's just so many different things way you can use your iPad and set up, especially setting up, we want to put the timer on and run back and get in the line with the people that are smiling. I have a little trouble with that, but with work, I know I'll get there. And of course, iTunes. I love iTunes because of the music I can pick up.
Okay.
I do a lot of researching. Sometimes I don't always rely on Siri and Alexa for giving me a correct answer. So then I go to I go to iTunes. I was just wondering, on my iPad, I just got a notification that YouTube is updating things, and I haven't gotten into to look at that yet. But I was just wondering if anybody else had that notification on their either their PC or their phone or their iPad.
I did get the notification. I have not read it. Has anybody read it who has Yahoo? Okay.
No? Okay.
By the way, the
Thank-
reason I'm doing this is, first of all, to show you the diversity of uses we've all found for our devices. Judith Stratton.
My favorite app is WhatsApp.
What's that?
Because
Want to tell people WhatsApp? What is WhatsApp?
WhatsApp is like a texting or FaceTime, but you can use it. It works on Wi-Fi and you can use it around the world for free as long as you're on Wi-Fi.
Yep,
So
the advantage of WhatsApp is it works on any devices. For example, FaceTime only works on Apple devices.
Right.
So it's an advantage to do FaceTime face-to-face, shouldn't use the word FaceTime, face-to-face get-togethers using WhatsApp. Go ahead, Judith, I'm sorry.
So if you have acquaintances in other parts of the world, it's a wonderful way to stay in touch.
Yep.
I would like to learn more about traffic issues apps. I don't get out much. I've been injured and in PT, and I finally, about a couple of weeks ago, I had to drive from Venice, where I live, to the north side of Sarasota, and I was going to use my Google Maps local traffic. It doesn't exist anymore to tell me where the traffic problems were. So those of you who drive around a lot more, let me know what your favorite traffic problems apps are, please.
Well, my favorite one is Waze, W-A-Z-E.
W-A-Z-E?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's what's called a crowd-sourced application, meaning that people, as they run into traffic situations, let Waze know what that traffic situation is, and Waze lets everyone else know what that is who has logged into Waze. For example, there's a police officer 3 miles ahead, or there's an accident, or there's a car off the road, etc.
So it tells you that or aloud or in text or what?
I think it's in text form, or maybe, I don't recall. Been a long time since I've been out. At least uses
Sometimes
text,
it
if
will-
not at least a noise letting you know.
Yes,
Oh, it'll alert you that
my
there's.
daughter has one and it speaks to her when there's something going on.
So it speaks.
It even, yeah,
You know, it says car on left ahead.
yes.
Yeah, I think Waze does
Something
that.
along that line.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, Bill,
Yes.
the ABC 7 First Alert Weather also has a traffic section, and it'll actually put the incidents on a map.
Oh.
Okay.
So kind of a dual. I
Nice.
don't know if it's crowdsourced though.
Yep. That's
I
crowdsourced.
have a question about that, Barbara.
Yeah.
I've considered downloading that several times, and I always go and read the reviews, and the reviews are terrible for that app. Are you happy with it?
Yeah, I mean, I look at it and several others for the radar. I really don't use it for traffic. I just get in the car and hope there's none.
Okay, thanks.
Judy Moses, what's your favorite app?
Well, I don't think it's the same one you said. I like that activity tracker thing. That it tells you how many miles or how many feet or
How
whatever.
many miles you've run?
And you don't even have to turn it on, it automatically does it.
It's called Activity Tracker.
Activity tracker, yeah. And what I like to know more about is that what's that one she said? WhatsApp? What's
Yep.
that? I'd like to know more about that. I have friends and relatives on it, but I need some help.
Okay. Diane. Unmute yourself, please.
My favorite app is Apple News. I really find that it's curated, but it's really quite recent, the news, and it has all the best news sources and quite a variety of them. And it's more than just a soundbite. You get a whole article.
Yep.
So I find that it's really a wonderful resource if you want to know what's going on. And the app I've wanted to learn more about for a while is Google Photos, but now they're going to start charging. I'm not so sure. I want to get that involved with it anymore.
I was going to mention that Google Photos used to be, or still is for a little while, you can put all the original pictures up there you want for free. And then starting, I think it's the end of the year or when, I'm not sure when.
June 1st.
June 1st. They're going to start charging for anything over 15 gigabytes, I think it is.
I think that's right.
Okay. And I'm not sure what the prices are, but
It's
that's
reasonable
that's
though.
a big
Very-
switch, isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't 15 gigs a lot, Bill?
15 gigs is, yeah.
But I think what they're doing, it sounds like what they're, correct me if I'm wrong, is they're just doing away with the free. Used to be that if you can have unlimited photos, the Google Photos for free, as long as they were somewhat compressed.
Right.
And that was separate from Google Drive. But now I think they're doing away with the free Google Photos, I think. And now you're just going to have Google Drive. And the first 15 gigabytes of that are free. But that includes everything. That includes your Gmail, your files, everything else.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So that, then it's not going to go that far if you've got thousands of photos.
We'll have to see. A normal picture in the form that we're talking about usually takes between 1 and 2 million bytes. So in a gigabyte, you can put, what was that, 500 pictures? Is that right? Yeah, 1,000 pictures in 1 gig.
Mhm.
So 15 gigabytes, a lot of pictures, but.
I got an estimate on when they sent this email, it gave me an estimate how long I would have that I would, before I ran out of space, and it was a year. And I think I have 10,000 photos to begin with.
Okay.
So I'm going to go in and delete all those blurry ones. We don't do the housekeeping we should. And when I do that, I'm sure I'll get years and I may die before it's full.
How did you get an estimate? Sharon, how did you get an estimate?
I think it came when I got the message that they were changing systems. And if you go, I believe if you go in your Google, if you have a Google email account, I think it even somewhere tells you how much you've used up, which is a compilation of probably your Gmail and your calendar and everything Google. And, but mine told me I would have about a year.
And what you have in it by June 1st doesn't count. So,
well, I think it'll count. It might count afterwards. I don't think they're going to start at 0 on June 1st.
That's what they said. That's what my letter said.
Well, it said it, but if you read between the lines, I'm not so sure.
I'm sorry, what was that, Sharon?
What the email says from June 1st on, how much you accumulate. But read between the lines, it may be at some point they also take into account what you already have there.
I never got an email from them.
Okay.
Is everyone supposed to get an email?
I think we got some kind of notification. I don't remember what the format of it was. Marie, don't forget to unmute yourself, please.
I have, okay.
Good.
Oops, now it just closed down. My favorite app is Jigsaw Puzzle.
Okay.
And I want to learn more about WhatsApp also.
Okay. I often wondered, how do you do a jigsaw puzzle on your iPad? I assume you're not doing it on your phone. No, unmute yourself, please.
On my iPad, right.
And you can do it.
Yep.
Do you use a stylus or your finger?
I just use my finger. It works fine.
Wow, I'm impressed. Phyllis, what's your favorite app, Phyllis? Phyllis Carter? Don't forget to unmute yourself, dear. There you go.
What I love when I'm in a shopping mall is Find My Car.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
I just have to remember to set it when I get out of my car. And it takes me right back. I'm also careful to go out the same door I came in.
Right. Yeah, right.
And I'm happy to learn any new apps.
Somebody ought to name the app anything.
Yeah.
Okay. Isaac, unmute.
So a lot of the ones that I like have already been taken. So I'll give you a few that have not been mentioned. One is Lumosity, which is a brain exercise app. Lumosity. There's a free version and a paid version, and I try to do that at least once a week. The second, I'm a physician. I have a lot of Spanish patients. I use Google Translate, which has avoided the need for an interpreter. The third is a kind of an interesting one called Vivino, Vivino. When I'm buying a bottle of wine, I take a picture of it, and the app will assess the star rating and give me a price on it that I can compare to what I'm paying.
Oh.
And the final one, which I absolutely love, is Google. Well, what do you want to know the previous name?
Yeah, it was a Vino.
Vivino, Vivino.
A lot of people want to know that one.
Yeah, and the best one I think is Google Earth. Whenever I'm just wanting to explore anywhere, I love Google Earth. It's just so powerful. The one I'm always interested in learning about games. I'm wanting to set up a virtual chess game with my son, who's in my grandson in another state, and I'm still looking for a good app that can make the moves in real time. Thank you.
Yep, my grandson trounced me royally, and I'll have to find it. Anybody know the name of a chess game? Because he found it, and he.
I'm looking at chess.com, but it's not completely satisfactory because periodically it matches me up with somebody somewhere else in the world who is a grandmaster.
Oh, no.
I have to exit the room quickly.
Well, this you could pick somebody like my grandson to play, and I forgot, it was a website I went to. Donald, how are you doing? Don't forget to unmute, please. There you go.
I'm doing 100%.
All right.
Thank you for asking. If you look at my credit card bill, you would quickly determine that Amazon is my favorite app.
Yeah.
My second favorite app is YouTube.
Yeah.
I don't watch the news, and I find that YouTube gives you the Reader's Digest version of the news, which I love. Short and sweet, to the point.
So
Also, YouTube, I'm not very smart. And so you can learn to do almost anything on YouTube. It's just an amazing app.
I agree.
Yep.
You just go to YouTube and type in news, or do you go to a specific place, or how do you? Get news?
You can subscribe to different channels.
Okay.
And then
They automatically.
they will automatically populate whatever news you like, ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox News Now seems to be very popular right now. You subscribe to those and then they pop up automatically. My wife and I also subscribe to a number of health channels, diet, health, because we're old farts now. And
speak for yourself.
Okay. And as I mentioned, I'm not real bright. I really don't know how to do much. And I find that if you go to YouTube and type in anything, there's an answer for you.
I
The
know, you wanna
tutorials
keep
are wonderful.
going, or-
Yes.
So what do you want to
Here's
learn
it.
more
I
about?
work at the refurb shop, and we go there to learn how to take out the keyboards of computers.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's
Okay.
everything's there.
Yeah.
Also, it's a subscription, but Been Verified is one of my favorites. I was in the real estate business. I think it's $9.95 a month, and it's a great app to learn more about people, their backgrounds, and so forth when you're dealing with people.
Yeah.
The one I'd like to learn more about is GarageBand, because I'm a retired professional musician, and I see the app, but I don't know how to use it.
Well, that's one I'm not a musician, but it is for musicians. It is
Okay.
for you to create a score and play any instrument in that score and
Okay.
combine them all together. It's really a powerful app, but I'll bet you could go to YouTube and find.
I was just thinking the same, Bill. I love it.
Donald, what was the name of the app that you mentioned that was for verifying the information of?
BEEN, that's Been Verified. VERFIED.
Okay, thank
I
you.
would say they probably have a 66 2/3% accuracy. You get a lot of information and you had to kind of sort through it, but I find it very helpful.
I think you spelled verified wrong.
VERIFIED.
Yeah, you
Okay.
forgot the I.
Oh, I did. Okay.
Okay.
Been Verified. I think it's $9.95 a month.
Is it that
What
much?
do you verify?
When you want to look up people.
Well, for example, I can type in William Crow, and I'm going to know more about William Crow than William Crow knows about himself.
Hopefully it's my uncle.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Joseph Dees. If he's there, I don't see him. Can you hear me? Your microphone's muted. No luck? Rita? There you
My
go.
favorite is FaceTime, but since that's been taken, I'll say Duo, which I learned about from one of these classes and I love.
Yeah.
And
Want to tell people what Duo is?
Duo is the same as FaceTime, except you can use it on Androids and Apples. and you can go across from one to the other.
Yep.
Uh,
Okay.
And I'd like to know something about Apple Pay. That's mine.
Apple Pay you set up a credit card basically with Apple.
Yeah.
And it's on your phone or your iPad. You don't get a card. And you use it to pay things and you get billed. Charges I think it passes through to your own credit card then. Okay.
It goes to my own credit card?
After it goes through, you use Apple Pay to pay it. And then Apple Pay gets reimbursed from your credit card that's registered with your phone or your iPad.
Huh.
I think that's the way it works. I don't use it. I use an app called Wallet on my phone. And Wallet allows you to put in credit cards, whatever number of credit cards you want to put in. And then when you go to a store that has Apple Pay capability, you just bring up that app and you run your phone over their scanning machine, the one you'd stick your credit card in, and it charges your credit card. So
Wallet is Apple Pay.
You get a wallet out or anything. And if you have an iPhone or an iWatch,
You're right.
it passes through to your iWatch, and I can just put my watch down over the scanner, and it charges my credit card.
Bill, that is Apple Pay.
Well, what's
Wallet.
the difference? Yeah, Wallet is Apple Pay, but
Yeah.
what is Apple Pay where you have a credit card with Apple?
No, that's Apple credit card.
Okay.
That's a whole different thing. That's through one of the big banks. I can't remember which one, but it's their own credit card. But you don't need their credit card to use Apple Pay.
Okay. I use Wallet.
Do most stores accept that, Bill?
They more and more are getting it. Let's see where I've been recently. Most of the fast foods have it. You know, certainly Starbucks has it.
An easy way to find out is use Apple Maps and look up something.
Oh, there you
And
go.
scroll down a little bit and it shows you if they use Apple Pay or not.
When you tap on a location, Greg?
Yeah, yes. When you select a store or a business or restaurant and then scroll down a little bit and it'll show you, it gives you some symbols like how pricey it is with number of dollar signs. If they take Apple Pay, their Apple Pay symbol will be right by those dollar signs.
Okay.
Super.
And if you use the watch, you don't have to take your phone out of your pocket or purse.
Is Apple,
Go ahead, Rita.
is Apple Maps better than Google Maps?
I think Google Maps probably is superior, but Apple Maps is built in, and I tend to use that. It does show you if there's heavy traffic on your route, it will show you, and it will take you a different route if it's stopped. But so I use that all the time, even when I go to places I know, because you don't know if there's an accident ahead of you, and you might say, oh, I wish I'd have taken the back door out of this subdivision instead of this way. And you know that with Apple Maps.
Thank you.
Bill, I had my Apple Watch connected to my wallet, and I found I had to use a password to use it each time, and I didn't like that, so I took it off.
If
you must have been using an ATM card.
No, it was I don't know if I used the main credit card I generally use and connected that or what, but anyway, it wanted me to use a password, and I didn't want to have to worry about that each time I used it, so I just use it on my phone. There's no password needed.
Okay. And you don't
I don't use a password on my watch.
If you double tap the power button on your watch, Sharon, the wallet should come up and your credit card should be visible, and you just go from there.
Yeah, you select the credit card, which one you want to use.
Right.
Okay.
Even Bank of America ATMs, You can use your watch to get money out of an ATM.
Okay, I'll check it out more.
Okay. Somebody's on here. It says iPhone, iPad workshop, and I'm not sure who that is. If you want to speak up, speak now, or forever hold your peace. Peter.
It may be me, I'm not sure.
No, that's not you because you didn't light up.
Okay.
Peter Dobbins.
My favorite app is GoodRx, only because it saves me money.
Oh, and it's a really good app, right?
Absolutely.
And what it does is you tell it what drug, where you are and what drug you want, and it'll give you stores around you and the prices you can get that drug.
And the best part is sometimes, many times, their price is cheaper than what my copay under the insurance plan is.
Yep. And many times you can show that to the person you're buying it from, and they'll match it. You know, if you're in Publix and it shows you Walmart's better price, they may match it. Sheila.
Yes, I second everyone who mentioned YouTube. I love it for getting me out of many, many jams and fixing things. A lot of the apps that have been mentioned, I also like, but a couple of things that I've been using lately is one particularly is called Etsy. It's an app that features, it's basically crafters who put their items online for sale. And I found for gifts that works very well. Also in Maine, because we have, where I am now, we have so many ticks, there's also a tick app.
Excuse me.
Yes. Well, we have lots of ticks in Maine. They probably come up from Florida. I don't know, but anyway, what it does is it's put out by the University of Maine. And what it does is you can take a picture of the tick and it will tell you if it's a deer tick or not. And of course, that's very important because of Lyme disease that we have in this area.
Right.
So anyway, it's all about ticks. You can identify any tick that you find. And we found a lot of them, particularly on animals, your dogs, your cats, particularly your dogs. But anyway, it's very good for identifying what might be a deer tick, which is the one that causes Lyme disease in the Northeast. So we have used that because we have a camp on a pond and we also have a backyard where deer come to. So we have used the tick app. So that's sort of a
Anything
little.
you'd like to learn more about?
Yes, WhatsApp.
WhatsApp? Everybody's happy.
WhatsApp, yeah.
I can tell what the assignment's going to be for next week.
Yeah, okay. And also files and folders. I'm really muddled up on files and folders, so I could use more help with all of that.
Okay. Peter, I didn't get you in terms of what you'd like to learn more about.
Oh, I think YouTube.
Really? You don't use it that much?
I do, but I'm hesitant to subscribe to anything for fear of being on a list and getting gazillions of emails.
Yeah.
And the other is they're trying to sell you something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joanne Miller, do you have a question or an app you'd like?
There's so many on here. I don't have anything to add, Bill. I'm just overwhelmed.
Nobody said Mail or Safari yet.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to write down Mail. How's that?
Yeah.
The one I was going to volunteer was Solitaire.
Okay.
That on my laptop.
Yeah. Okay. Joanne, is there one you'd like to learn about?
A lot of the ones that have already been mentioned. So yeah, I'm happy with anything I learned. Thank you.
Good. Bob Strauss. Bob, you awake? Hi, Sally. You're up. Unmute yourself.
I don't know. I guess it's my mic's not working as well as my camera.
Okay. Tell us an app you like, Bob.
Shazam.
Ah, why you like Shazam?
Oh, because if you hear something on the radio, you wonder, geez, who's singing that? Or you just hit Shazam and it'll tell you who's singing it. And then you can get the other part of it that you can sing along with the app.
How do you spell that?
SHAM. I think Z. Let me look. SHAMZAM.
Oh, all right, thank you.
By the way, Bob, and for everybody's notification, you can, instead of using Shazam now, I think Apple bought Shazam. You can say, hey Siri, what's playing?
Oh, really?
And
tune.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, I've used that once in a while too.
Right. And the advantage or disadvantage there, it comes up and says, you can
Sorry,
go to-
I don't know what song this is.
I shouldn't have said that, should I?
No.
The advantage is it'll come up and not only tell you what the name of the song is, but it'll bring up the Apple. It'll bring up the Apple store and you can go buy it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's really good.
Bob, do you have one you'd like to learn more about?
Oh, not really. I just like to listen to all of them.
Bill, I don't know if my name is on your list or not. Cheryl?
I'm getting there.
Oh, okay. I'll wait.
You're
I'll
a
wait.
couple more over. Ellender, your microphone. There you go.
I'm fairly new with the iPad.
Good.
But I spend most of my time with games and reading.
Which
So I
game?
don't have too much time for much else.
Which game?
But I would like to learn more about WhatsApp.
Okay. Okay.
And the rest I'll just muddle through. It'll
Okay.
take me years, but
One thing at a time. Don't worry about it. Just one thing at a time. Barbara G.
Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, one of my favorite apps is the Herald Tribune. And if you subscribe and get a hard copy delivered, and I get a Sunday, just one day, Sunday delivery, I'm able to have a digital copy of the whole paper every day. And I think, I love it. And I could save things if I want to. I could email articles to people, and I look at it every single morning and I read the full paper, and I only need to subscribe for one day. So that's my favorite app.
Good.
You don't even need to subscribe to one day. You could get a digital app for $8.99 a month and have access to everything. And I use my pencil and do my puzzles on my iPad every single morning. I love it.
Sharon, I didn't know that. I called and I asked them if I can just get a digital copy. I'm going to call them again, because when I called, because that's really all I need. I don't need that Sunday copy. I was just doing it in order to get the digital copy, but they told me I had to have a subscription of at least one day.
Nope. Digital is $8.99 a month. What are you paying for the Sunday?
I think it's 14 something just for that one day delivery, and I don't really need it. Good, thank you.
Welcome.
Shirley. Shirley, don't forget to unmute yourself. Cheryl, I'm sorry.
This is Cheryl. As far as favorite apps, I think the ones I use have been mentioned. My main problem right now is I couldn't get on Zoom into your class on my MacBook, but I am on my, what do you call it? My mini pad right now. Why was that? And also, since I've been hacked, my emails are going somewhere, so I did not get the email from you with today's, what's it called, your ID and password.
How'd you get into the class then?
How did I get into the class? As I said, I couldn't get in on the MacBook, so I went to my iPad and I did the usual thing on it, but maybe I think I found your email so I could click the ID from that.
Right.
But that did not appear on my MacBook today. I only have about 3 emails waiting for me, and I know there's more than that on my MacBook.
Yep.
In your junk
There's
mail.
a great guy that can help you with that. You know, his name's Greg Purdom.
Oh, okay. I'll talk to you later, Greg.
Okay.
I find that a lot of my emails from people that I regularly get emails from are now showing up in junk mail.
That's interesting.
So you might check that if you can't find what you're looking for.
Thank you. I understand that, yeah, but no, they aren't there either.
Bearable, how are you today? Got to unmute. You're still muted. There you
No,
go. There you go.
You know, I tried to put everything in, and I don't know, somehow I had to change my password, and then I thought I had done it, and then I registered yesterday evening, and I thought everything was fine, but this morning I found out it told me the server has not downloaded the email, so I couldn't get in. But somehow I tried to go then on the iPhone, and I don't know whatever I did, but somehow then it said the host will let you in sometime, and you did. And then of all, I could hear it, so I didn't get the beginning. I don't know why that happened. Have you any idea?
No, no, I don't.
Oh God, yeah, it's terrible if you get everything ready and then it doesn't work.
Well, you're here, so you're good.
Yeah, okay. So, but you'll have a recording later on, and then I can get the beginning of the class, I hope.
Yeah, you can get my jokes.
Yes, that's good. Yeah, well, regarding apps, I think the only app I really use is WhatsApp.
Okay, you use it a lot because
You know it can do a lot of things. As I get jokes from all over the world. If I want to talk to somebody, I can talk to them, and I can even see them, and there is no additional cost. Usually I use FaceTime if I want, but you know that means the other person has to have an Apple phone or iPad or something like that.
correct.
So, and with WhatsApp, it doesn't really matter.
Correct. Okay.
Okay.
Anyone you'd like to learn more about?
Well, yeah, especially Zoom. That would be a good one.
we're gonna talk to Nancy about having one of us do a Zoom 101 class, right?
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Lake, are you there?
Yes, here.
Hi, Lake.
Hi, Greg.
How are you?
I'm great. I joined late because my computer wouldn't start, so I was frustrated.
Turn your
Probably
phone, yeah, turn your phone sideways, landscape mode.
Okay.
There you
Better?
go. Better.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So my favorite app is Classic Words.
Say that again.
Classic Words.
Classic.
Words.
Tell me about classic words.
It's Scrabble with a computer, and you can play at the beginner, intermediate, or advanced level.
Mhm.
And I'm totally addicted. I can play any time of day or night. And
But what is it? I mean, how do you play it?
well, it's just the way you would play Scrabble. You get 7 letters in your rack, and then the computer decides if you start or the computer starts.
Oh, you're playing the computer.
And
Okay.
yeah, and then the letters have the same exact points as a regular Scrabble game.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just really challenging to use your brain and think of all the words that you know to beat the computer.
Good. Okay.
So I've played hundreds of games since I started playing last spring. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure it's even 1,000 by now. So
I have a game called, and I'll show you that in a minute. It's called, what's it called? 4 picks, 1 word. 4 picks, 1 word. It's a pretty good game. All right. And is there one you'd like to learn more about?
probably Zoom right now. Someone just said that, but Zoom is still a little bit challenging.
Okay. And have I gotten everybody? Anybody I didn't talk to? Super. I'm going to switch gears now. I'm going to talk about some of my interesting applications. By the way, I put WhatsApp on here. Wow.
I couldn't find WhatsApp.
I'll show you what it looks like in a minute, I think. I'm going to share my screen. Hey, you should be looking at my iPhone and iPad. Am I correct? Just somebody.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. 4 picks, 1 word. I'm looking at my iPhone right now. It's this one. And if I tap on it, you can help me here. Uh-oh, nothing happened. Nothing happened. There it is. Little slow.
And small.
There we go. There. Okay, I'm now looking at these 4 pictures. They all have something in common. This picture, just a minute. This picture. This picture. And this picture. Anybody have any ideas on what that is?
Something disgusting. The word.
Okay. You'll notice that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 letters there. And the word is made up of by the letters down below, these letters down here. Now, it's already placed 1 letter because I purchased it. If I want to purchase another letter, I would tap down here and say, yes, I want to spend 60 coins. And come on. All right. So now we're looking at that. I would tell you they're not all this hard, but it costs 60 points each time to see another letter. Now, if I run out of coins.
Can you move, Bill, can you move those letters around?
No, those letters are where they should be, the ones that are on there. The rest, you know, I can tap down here. I just put a V up there, D, right? And then I can remove them.
Revolting.
Revolting, REVOLTING, yes.
Great.
Now, it cost me 180 points and I get 4 for answering that correctly. Okay. It always helps when they give you the first letter, but they randomly, right? Got a cart. Wow.
Groceries.
Okay, GROCER. I'm proving the point that groupthink is better than individual. All right. Now up at the top, wait till that comes up. Come on, come on. See, it says 7,940. I have answered 7,940 of these. All right. And it's a good exercise, a good mind relaxing kind of thing. All
Bill,
right.
what's the name of the app again, please?
4 picks, 1 word.
And it's a free app?
Railroad.
Yes, it's a free app, but it has in-app purchases.
Don't they all?
Is it railroad?
Is it railroad? RAILROAD. Yes, it is. Whoops.
Bill, would you describe in-app purchases?
On this particular game, it's a good example. You see where it says in the upper right-hand corner here, I have 47 coins left. And if I come down and I tap the A, I want to get some more coin. I want you to give me another letter. It comes up and says, yes, but you don't have 60 coins to spend. Do you want to reveal the correct letter? Yes. But it says, I don't have enough money. Oh, I had a joker. Hold on. I don't have enough money. So you see where it says 2,000 coins? Right there. The in-app purchase here is $4.99 to buy 2,000 coins. So I just tap that. And it says, do you want to spend that money? And I say, yes, I want to spend the money. So I double tap the home button. I have my face in front of the screen. It comes back and says, you can buy them. And my credit card has just been reduced. My credit card, it should catch up with me. All right. Okay. Is that okay, Peter? You got that for an explanation?
Thank you.
You just cost me $5.
I owe you.
I'm kidding, because I was going to buy them anyway. I'm looking for the What's Up app. What's that? There it is. It's going to show up on my iPhone here in a minute. Now, I don't use this particular app, but you see it there?
Yes.
And there it comes up. And I actually have an account there. But I haven't been on here in a long time. Okay. And you'll notice at the bottom, there's calls, camera. So if I wanted to talk to my daughter-in-law here, somebody could help me with this.
You could either call or you could chat.
I could call or I could send a message, right?
Yes.
And so I'd hit the call down there at the bottom, or I'd hit the camera and I'd be connected.
Yeah, and you can see her or hear her.
Yep. And I believe I could start a new node and in each one of these cases, you have to know the person's ID at the other end, right? So I happen to have my daughter-in-law's there, but I'd hit the pen and paper and it would be a new contact. Oh, and there are a bunch of people that have accounts, right? So I could send a WhatsApp message to Dick Ornstein here, because he's in my contacts and he has a WhatsApp ID. And then we go from there. So it's a relatively easy application to use, and it works as well as FaceTime. The next
And
one, go ahead.
Not only for Apple, but also for the other.
And Androids, yes.
Yeah, right.
You're not, that's the advantage of it. It's not Apple dependent. It goes cross, what we call cross platform.
Okay.
Could you show that icon again?
Yeah. It's on my iPad. No, it's not. Okay. It'll come up in a minute. There it is. See where it says WhatsApp?
Okay. WhatsApp Messenger.
Well, look for the icon. If the icon's the green background with the phone in the middle of the quote bubble, that would be it.
Bill, how did your contacts in WhatsApp get populated?
I didn't. They're the contacts I have, I think, that have WhatsApp IDs.
Bill, when I first started using WhatsApp, I was a novice and I had somebody who had used it for a while invite me to become one of her contacts. So there's a little procedure that you can use to make sure you can talk to each other when you're overseas or whatever.
Okay. She sent you an email to invite you, for example?
Correct.
Okay.
Anybody I wanted to communicate with, and beyond that, I had to invite them. I don't know if they've changed that recently or not, but that's procedure we used a couple of years ago.
Okay.
Is that
So-
how you get an ID, or how do you get an ID?
Go ahead. I haven't done it for a long time. Anybody help us with that one? I would imagine when you bring up the app, it says you want to set up an account.
Okay,
I would imagine. That's the way most of them work.
thank you.
So then, Bill, what's the difference between WhatsApp and Duo?
Nothing,
If they both go across both platforms?
nothing. Just
Nothing.
especially the external to the United States people seem to have really migrated to WhatsApp.
Can you text with Duo?
Yeah.
And they should be the same.
I haven't tried texting with Duo. I thought WhatsApp you can text. I don't know if
Right.
you can with Duo. I may take that back. I'm not sure about Duo. Okay.
My understanding was it was just for like FaceTime so that you could talk to each other via your device.
Right. Duo. Right. Yes. There's also an app. If you look at my iPad, the thing on the right, it's called Talkatone. People often ask me, can I make a phone call on my iPad? The answer, if you have Talkatone and you signed up for Talkatone and it's free, you can make a call to anybody in the United States from your iPad. So let me bring up a Talkatone here. And somebody give me their phone number. Oops.
508-494.
Hold on. Now, I don't have a number. They keep assigning me a number through time. So that's my new number right now. And it's going to take a minute for it to register.
Only for iPad?
You can do it on the iPhone too, but I don't know why you would, because you can free.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, come on. I was going to call Peter. Suffice it to say, it comes up and you have a phone number. You go ahead and just, you enter that phone number and it calls them. And it can be a landline or a cell phone. Okay. There we go. There was a connection.
Why would they think you are not a spam caller?
Yeah, exactly. They wouldn't. They would think I'm a spam caller probably.
Yeah.
Phone number. Looks like it's not going to work. I have too many things going on my internet right now. I have my iPhone, my iPad, my computer. 2 iPads, a computer, and an iPhone. Apple has come out with a translate app. Okay. If you look at my iPhone, just in a minute you'll be able to see it. Boy, that's working slow today. Wow. I think I'm going to log off of one of my devices.
It's there now.
Yep. See it up in the upper right-hand corner?
No.
Oh, left-hand corner, I mean. Translate. It's Apple's version of Translate, and it works pretty cool. If I hit the microphone, I can say the particular thing. I'm going from English to Spanish. Hello. Did you hear that? It said hola.
No.
No.
It did. And it's going to come up, say Spanish. Now, if I can pronounce hola, 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 hola. If I speak it well enough, it will come up in Spanish and convert to English. In this case, it just thought I was mumbling something. Okay. So this is one, it doesn't matter which language you speak, it figures out which language it is. Good morning.
Buenos días.
Oh.
Okay. And there's a big delay right now between what you're seeing on your screen and what's happening on my phone. Okay.
So, Bill,
Yes.
how many different languages can it translate into? Is it just Spanish and
Well, if I tap the word Spanish up there, and that's what I'm going to do, here's the languages it can go to. Spanish, Russian, Portuguese, South Korean, and I've downloaded French, Spanish, and Korean so that I can do it when I'm off the internet. Okay, so there's quite a few there right now, and they keep adding more as they go. Okay.
Bill, is that app already on the iPhone with the updates?
It appeared, if you haven't removed it, it should be there, but you can go get it. And all you have to do is remember the way the app looks. It's a black background app, has an A and a symbol on it with a globe in the background.
Does it have Vietnamese?
Didn't see it there, Jim.
Okay.
So if you want to have a conversation with someone, you have to keep switching the languages at the top.
No. That's the point I was making. You see, it says English, and it'll come up in a minute. Hold on. See, it says English and Spanish.
Yes.
You don't need anything more. English and Spanish. And you just speak the language, and it figures out which one you're speaking and converts it to the other. So I tap the microphone.
Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Got it. Okay.
Okay. Now, the way the Google one works, I think, is you have to tap the language and speak it, and then it converts to the other. Now, they may have approved that since the last time I've used it, but in either case, it's really nice.
You could enter text instead of speaking or not?
Yes, I can enter the text down here.
Buenos dias.
Good morning.
There, see, he said it correctly.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. There's hello, and it converts it to Spanish. Hola. Okay. Now it happens a lot quicker than you're seeing it on the screen right now because of the delay for me to get my phone to the screen to you.
Hey, Bill,
Yes.
when I opened up that app, first thing that comes on is improved Siri and dictation. What? Just press not now, I guess. But okay, now I got where you're at. All right, thank you. Well, it's hard to follow these things sometimes.
There's a great little app called Voice. I'm going to switch gears now. There's a great little app called Voice Memo. Voice Memo. If you look on the iPad, it's right here. There's also one on the iPhone. It's up here. Great little thing if you need to record, if you're a secretary of a organization and you're at a meeting. And on Zoom right now, we can record it. But before then, you would hit the microphone there and do it on the iPad. Okay. And I'm going to go to here. I hit continue and it comes to here. I hit the little red dot there and it immediately starts recording using the microphone on your device and doesn't stop until you hit it again. And it's recording everything that's going on and then you can play it back. So I hit the dot and now I start recording and it's recording everything I'm saying. And if you guys talk, it would record what you're saying as well.
Did you say that's on your phone or do you have to download that?
If it's not on your phone, you've deleted it. And so you can go to the store and get it. And then I'm going to tap done. And there's done. And you see it lists it right there and tells you what time I did the recording. And then I can tap the recording. Oops. Come on. I should be able to play it right down here. Let me,
Like it didn't record, it's showing 0.
no, that's a new recording. Now I start recording.
How about up in the right-hand corner? Oh, no, that's edit. Never mind.
Do you say that's on your phone or do you have to download that?
If it's not on your phone, you've deleted it, and so you can go to the store and get it.
Phil, what's the capacity? How long will it play?
I haven't reached it. Probably till you fill your probably till you fill up your iPad. And I can delete it by just striking it to the left and it's gone. So it's a nice little app to have around.
You can also save some of those recordings and name them.
You can? You've done it?
Yep. Yeah. Oh
Super.
yeah. I use it all the time. So
Wonderful.
we have this crazy family tradition where kids or sisters, we sing happy birthday.
Okay.
Just my
Yeah.
husband and I. And so I started recording it, and this way they can have a permanent record of it. And then the next year I don't have to change it. It's done already.
You should do it every year and pick the best one or the worst one. Whatever.
Oh, the word. Wow, we sing it horrible. Are you kidding?
Bill?
The other,
Bill,
Yes.
I found out I sometimes use it in a doctor's office when they tell you.
Yes.
this is-
Yes.
They start very
Yes.
fast, and then you don't remember, and you cannot always ask. But if you have it recorded when you are home, you can play it back and really understand what he said.
And look
Oh, no.
up those words that he
point.
used.
right.
Yes.
That's a very good idea. That's a
Yeah.
very good idea.
Hey,
Yes.
Bill,
Yes.
I don't see it on my screen, so I went in to download it from the App Store, and it says it's open, but it's not on my screen.
No, it taps the word open. You tap open and it will open it.
Yeah, but it's not on my screen. It's in the App Store. It's on open.
I know it says open in the App Store. That means you have it on your device and you can open it by tapping on the word open.
Yeah, but you can't get it onto the screen like you have it.
You have it on your screen somewhere.
Okay. Check utilities.
It might be in a folder.
It's
Yeah.
probably in a folder.
It's telling me to name a folder, so I guess I have to put voice whatever it is.
Use Spotlight to find it.
Video memo. All right, I'll do that, see what happens.
Remember what we talked about a couple weeks ago? We talked about the new feature, and I'm shifting my screens from left to right, from right to left. I'm sorry. And I come up with the library here. And in the library, one more screen, come on. And in the library there is all the apps I have on my device, organized by folder
Oh,
defined by Apple. And you'll see under utilities there, utilities. And I have settings, magnifier, find my, and I have another subfolder in there. So I'm going to tap that subfolder. And here's all the additional apps I have in there, and you'll be able to find voice memo if you have it
Apparently, yes, she started using it a week ago.
in that list.
Period. She's not a big fish eater.
Hold on, somebody has their mic on.
Whoops, that's me. Sorry.
All right.
no, I go to utilities and I tap on that. Is that what you said?
Yep. And you should be able
Tap
to,
on that, and then what do I do?
and it should, voice memo should be on the list.
Well, it says get started. Oh my God, everything's all mixed up.
How did you get to that library,
I
Bill?
don't know. How do I get?
You go back. How did I get to that? It's a new feature in Windows 14.2 where I'm on my home screen. I'm on my home screen right now, and I go from right, put my finger on the screen and sweep to the left.
That on the iPad also?
No, it's not on the iPad.
Oh, okay.
And you keep going right to left. It's usually not that slow, folks. I'm not sure why it is today. Okay. And there's the app library of all the apps you have.
Uh-huh.
And they're organized the way Apple would like to organize them, not the way you might. Okay.
Yes, and then you press on utilities.
Well, mine is in utilities. And if you look at the phone, look at the screen right now, just for a minute. And in utilities here, I have settings. I have, this is the magnifier. This is Find My, but there's also, since there's more apps than 4, there's also this subfolder here.
Yeah.
That's the one I tapped on. And it comes up and lists all the things it's calling utilities, all the apps I have that are called utilities. Okay, and one of them happens to be voice memos.
Yeah, that's not on mine though. I hit it. It's not on there.
You have it somewhere, dear. I'm not sure where. Okay. Somebody mentioned this earlier. Somebody said the news app, and I agree. It's a really nice app. I just wish they wouldn't do one thing. They dictate what they'd like to show you, and you can't. You have no. I don't like anything, good or bad. I like it or not. Whether they don't give you the option, you want that, and I'll show you that in news.
Sometimes they tell you you have to have a subscription and sometimes they don't.
Right. No, I'll get to what I'm talking about here in a minute. And it comes up and there's the news, right? And you'll notice on the left side, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 1, 2, 3, 3 different. On the left side there, it says today, news, election 2020, COVID, racial justice, saved stories, history, and then other channels I have selected down here. And then others Siri has selected that you might want to add. So these are all sources for your mail. What I don't like are those 3 red dots there. You can't say, I don't want to watch news on these subjects. They force them in there. Okay.
Bill, I have a workaround for that.
And what is
Because
that?
it's news.
No. I may not want that particular news. And it's telling me I've got to look at it. Go ahead, Greg. What's the workaround?
If you drop down to channels and topics,
yep,
and those are the things you're following, and you can change the pecking order, click on those individually, and you won't get all that,
correct.
The other garbage.
What Greg's saying is I can come down here and say, I only want news on popular science, and I top that. And now I've only got news from popular science or popular mechanics. And I do have the choice there. Okay.
How did you get to that in the beginning?
Say again?
How did you get to the page that you have there on your phone or on your app? Is that only on your app or is it on your phone?
It's only, that's on my iPad. Let's see what it looks like on my phone. On my phone.
Found my voice memo.
On my phone. Good for you, Judy. On my phone, it says today at the bottom, News Plus. Right? Today is where you get to that. Right? And here's all the selections for today. Okay. And on the right at the bottom, it says following, and then I can select the channels I want. Okay. So following is very similar. If I tap following at the bottom on the iPhone, it's very similar to the same thing on the iPad. Okay.
Bill,
Yes.
with me, what I have on my iPhone is the same as what's on my iPad, but it's different than what you have, for sure.
Say again. Say again, please.
The stories on my iPhone and my iPad, they're showing the same. However, we obviously have them set up differently because what you're showing in the news, your stories are much different than the stories I have on my device.
They should be pretty close. That if I tap today at the top, they should be very similar, except I have all these other things that I'm following, okay, that I have added in. Okay.
Added in some stuff too.
Okay, and they came from the suggested list down here, or discover channels and topics. And about all these that I could choose from and add them in. And I can also get subscriptions. Okay. So again, it's a really good news source. I just wish they gave you the option. I don't like Google or anyone who says, here's what we're going to give you, whether you want it or not, right? No matter what the subject is. All right. And Greg,
Bill?
yes.
I'm back in the app, library app, and under utilities, I can't get the whole list. Where did you tap on? It's
Okay.
only I get for example either Google or anything else that is on there, but you got a whole list, and I didn't get that.
Well, you may not have all of that because I have 300 apps and you have 40.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yes. Now I got it. I tapped on the very bottom, you know.
Okay.
So, okay. Thank you.
Uh-huh. Any questions on the news app? It is really good. You can come down and add sources, and you can even add more discover channels. And that's how I built up this list here.
And what about paying for subscription? You have to have a subscription.
Yeah, then you would go to subscriptions and you would get Apple One, enjoy millions of songs, hundreds of games, original songs, movies, and more. That's Apple One for a subscription. Oftentimes when you pick one of these, it will say, hey, you need to pay more to get more information. I do all this stuff for free. For example, if I go to Popular Science, right? And I go, and I'm going to Popular Science, just wait till it catches up. And here's the Popular Science stuff. Come on. And I tap one of the articles. All right. Now I'm looking at one of the articles. Hold on. There it comes. And I scroll down. Whoops. I scroll down. I can be reading it. And then I can put my mouse pointer on here and move it this way, right, to see the next article from Popular Science. Optimize your workflow over the holidays, right? Here's an advertisement. Then I got best reusable bags for toting your groceries. And then I've got yoga mats to support your mind and your body. Okay, get the idea, everybody?
Yes.
Bill, can you go back to your home screen and show us which news? I'm trying to
Oh.
download it, and there's a bunch of them.
The only one I get, this is the one from Apple. This is the Apple
Oh,
news.
that's the one from Apple.
Yep.
That's the one you like?
It's the
Okay.
one I use. Yep.
That's the one you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. That's what
That's the one of us talked about and
Uh-huh.
liked. I agree with you. It's a good app,
Okay.
except for that one thing they've added. When Google does that, I get
Understand.
upset at them, right?
Yeah, I didn't understand your comment on the 3 dots. When I open the app, I don't see those. What were they on yours?
3 dots.
The red dots that were along the side of the top area.
Oh, I can get rid of those 3 dots. I cannot get rid of those 3 news items. You'll notice they're on my phone and they're not red dotted. I don't know how I got rid of the red dot. I think I did something like drag it to the left or right.
Apple News is.
Oh, there it is. It has new stuff. That's what it means. Okay.
Also, I get a different top story, but sometimes the trending stories cost money to get, so they have like an Apple Plus next to them.
Okay. Yeah. I believe
I
that.
just do not see the one I gotta pay money for, but I can't seem to get it out of that.
Bill,
Yes.
Sally, I had something happen today that I think everybody would be interested in. My phone rang and it was about my Amazon account. And they said it's in jeopardy because somebody's using it in 2 other states. And they told me they're Florida, Alabama, and New Mexico. And I said, well, I live in Florida. So this girl had a foreign accent, of course. And then she said she wanted to give me a security card for my Amazon account. And then she started asking me my zip code. What was that? My zip code. I finally said, I'm too sick to talk to you now. Goodbye. And I hung up.
Good idea.
So, I mean, I figured that it had to be something. I'm not going to give anybody I did say 34231, but then I realized this is scam. You know, she would know my zip code number because they mail me packages all the time.
Right.
But she told me that somebody in those other 2 places was putting stuff on my account.
That was just a scam to try to get your information.
Okay, great. I needed to know that. And I thought maybe everybody would get it because it's
Well, I got one to fix my computer
Oh, yeah. Okay.
days ago.
Right.
And
I even said,
go
are
to
you
your-
selling me something? And she said, no, I'm just giving you a security code or something.
I just want to steal all your information.
Right.
And go to your Amazon account and check and see if anything new's on it.
Right.
To double check.
I will, but it happened right before I got on here. So the other thing that happened, you were saying things were really slow. And they're slow here. In fact, I tried to get on, put all my information in at 9:45. When I came back and sat down at 9:55, I had my picture on. I could see me and I could hear you.
Huh.
But you couldn't hear me. And I mean, somehow I fixed it. I don't even know how I did it, but I'm back online. So I never got a chance to say that there's 2 commands that I wanted to know, which was how do I set up, what commands do I use to set up my iPhone and iPad so that when I'm on my Mac laptop and I'm deleting things, I have to delete them on all 3 places, in my Mac, my iPad,
When
and
you
my
say
iPhone.
things, what do you mean?
Anything that I'm going to get rid of, delete.
Emails?
In other words,
Are you talking about emails?
yeah, I could be whatever that I want to do. Anything I want to delete, I want to fix it so it deletes totally on all 3.
It's not, it doesn't work on just anything, but, and what kind of email account do you have?
Gmail.
Okay. And it does, when you delete an email on your iPad or iPhone, it does not delete from the other iDevice nor the Mac?
Correct. I go to them and they have the same stuff. It takes a lot of time to delete all those
I know. Specifically on email, there's something called a POP03 or IMAP, and is your Google account, you have to get somebody to come in and help you. Make sure your Google account is set up to be a IMAP and not a POP03 account.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have to get you, I have to come to you. See, nobody can come in here anymore. They changed the rules again
Okay,
because of COVA.
right.
I
That
can
was-
go out. That doesn't make any sense. I can go out anywhere,
Right.
but nobody can come in my apartment and help me, and I need help big time
Yep.
with this. And I got this new phone, and my grandson, who also got a 12, but this is an 11, had to get it 2 weeks before the 12 came up. Anyway, and they're both techies. They work from home on their computer all the time, he and his wife.
Yep.
And he said it took them together 3 hours to learn all the new things on iPhone 11.
Is that right? Wow.
Yeah, iPhone 12, which is similar. So it's crazy,
Okay.
just crazy.
I got to go on here. Got one called Stocks here. If you're investing in stocks, I have an app called Stocks there. Great little app. Okay. And it comes up and I'm following these particular stocks. And I can edit and add more. Right. Somebody did talk about the health app and using it. I really recommend it. Somebody also mentioned Good RX for drug prices. In the music area.
If we're open to learning.
Oops, somebody's got their mic on.
Sorry. That's me.
I could tell. Thank you. We've got in the music area, let me bring up my music apps. I have a bunch of them. I do have Shazam there, but I mentioned Siri has usurped the need for the Shazam app. TuneIn Radio lets you go to many different radio stations, okay? Or the radio app, either one, and you can actually type in the channel you want to go to, or you can say, right? You can pick what you'd like to allow radio to know your locations, don't allow. Oh, it's charging now. Start a free trial. Okay. iHeartRadio.
But the acoustics are so bad on at least on my iPad.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's tinny. It doesn't sound like real. I like classical music and it certainly doesn't sound real.
Recommend you get yourself some Bluetooth speakers for your iPad to get a better sound. Okay. So here I have radio. I can listen to particular artists, genres. So if I wanted holiday music, tap holiday music. Okay, I'm getting a little broken up right now, but you get the idea. All right.
Bill,
Mm-hmm.
I just recently got an Echo Dot and I just think it's wonderful. I just tell it, I say, Alexa, play iHeartRadio 100.7 and it plays it. And I think the quality's fine.
Yep.
I'd like to share that with people.
And that's one of these guys. That's
It was
one of
like
these guys. If you look at
$69.
Picture of me.
Yeah, tiny little thing. Yeah. Oh, it's
What-
wonderful.
Yeah.
And also, if you can't find your phone, you just say, Alexa, call me. And it calls your cell phone.
Actually, there's a nice little thing on your watches, by the way. It does the same thing where you can bring up the settings on your watch,
Uh-huh.
and you can tap your phone and it'll show you where it'll ping your phone. And the older I get, the more I use that.
For those of us that don't have a phone, though.
Or a watch, you mean? Yes. Pardon me?
Okay. Bill, you reminded me about TuneIn Radio. I've been using that for many years. You've actually got access to radio stations from all around the world.
And is it now charging? It has a subscription?
Unfortunately, it is now charging.
Yeah.
For example, I grew up in South Africa, and there's a radio station from Mozambique that we use whenever we have South African friends over. So unfortunately, now you have to pay for it.
I got you. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. What else? Oh, actually, there's a tuner there. If you play an instrument, I dabble in making Native American flutes, and I use the tuner in there to tune my Native American flutes. And you can you set it and play the sound, and it tells you what the key is. Okay, and of course there's Pandora. Okay, and there's the free version of Pandora, I believe, still, and the charge for portion.
Hey, Soda, it's Brickman, inviting you to join me for comfort and joy at home. My holiday tour virtually. Port the van.
Get the idea? You're going to put up with commercials unless you have a subscription.
Bill, I just remembered two other apps that I find very useful. One is TED Talks.
Yes, thank you. Go ahead.
Which is superb. And the other one is called Curiosity Stream.
Okay.
Curiosity Stream has a bunch of short lessons by experts on various different topics like physics, biology, genetics, medicine. And most of the videos are less than about 10 minutes, and you can just search it and just for for interest, just on anything, just to listen to it. It's called Curiosity Stream, and I think it's free.
Good.
Is TED Talks also free?
Yes, it's absolutely wonderful.
It is.
When I'm exercising, I'll sometimes put on a TED Talk. Really good.
Gets the time go by quicker.
TED Talks is also available on YouTube.
Is it? Okay. I believe
Yes.
it. I believe it.
Curiosity Stream is also a streaming service, and it's all documentaries, and they have a lot of things that are at least an hour long also, and some of the stuff is excellent. And up until just recently, if you had a subscription to One Day University, you got a free year of Curiosity Stream.
I just brought up Microsoft Word on my device.
Oh, yeah.
And there's Microsoft Word. And the only thing you have to do is sign into your Microsoft account. And if you have a PC, you probably have a Microsoft account. And then if I sign into it, right? If I signed into it here, I would be able to use Microsoft Word the way it does have more of a limiting function, you'll notice there. But certainly works, especially if you have an external keyboard.
Is that the 365 that you have to pay $9 a month for, or?
No,
just
I didn't pay anything. I have a Microsoft account on my PC that I just set up. It doesn't cost anything. And it's not an Office account. So no, you don't need Office 365. Okay,
Thanks.
Bill,
yes.
do you go to Siri or to search or to the App Store to find the apps for the idea of Word that you just were talking about, or Pandora and the music and the other things that you want to put on your iPad?
I go to the Apple Store and I type in Word, for example.
Thank you.
Is that what you meant?
That's exactly what I'm asking.
Okay, all these apps is where I get that. I do have the app called Around Me on here, and it is a cool app. I have it under Travel. Let's see where I put it. There's the app everybody's been talking about, Around Me.
Yeah.
Okay. And if you're in a particular place, I didn't tell it where I am, so I'm going to just zero in on Sarasota here. And I want to know where the coffee shops are. Around me require your location services. You have location service disabled. Do you want to enable? Yes. And I got to go to settings to do that. So let me go to settings, privacy, location services, and around me. And I'm going to turn it on while using the app. See where I did that, folks?
Yeah.
I went to settings, privacy, location services, and found the app that I wanted to allow. And so now if I go back to travel and around me, I say, okay, and it says where I am, and I want coffee shops. And there's the coffee shops around me. You know, I was traveling and I needed, you know, I did a trip across the United States. I needed to get an oil change. And I just went, I typed in, I think I just typed in oil change, and it showed me where there was oil change places or gas stations,
Right.
hotels, movie theaters. And somebody also mentioned Flickster is the one I want to talk about. Not Flipster is one you folks mentioned for magazines, right? And it's in the libraries and it's wonderful. But this one is Flickster and it's for movie theaters. So let me go to Flickster. Come on, you do more than that. There we go. And I'm going to choose box office because I want a particular theater. I'm sorry, movie, where I could go to theaters. Let's go to theaters. And let's say I want to go to the AMC. Come on. It usually comes up and shows me where the theater, tells me the theaters. And I pick the theater and then it shows me the movies and I can actually watch trailers, actually buy the ticket,
Oh, good.
pick my seat, etc. For those of you who haven't been to a movie theater, it's kind of interesting. The movie theaters, if you get there early, you have all the seats available. You choose a seat or two if you're going with your significant other, and then it blocks off all the seats in front of, behind, and to the side of you.
Wow.
For at least one row.
Ah,
Okay. I'm getting
unknown
there.
era.
There we go. So if I go to AMC 12 here, right? And I want to go see 42nd Street, right? Looks like it's not playing today, or I missed it already. The one I wanted to see was not Freaky. Let Him Go. I wanted to go see that one, right? And it says there's one at 3:45 today. So I go to 3:45 today and I want to get senior tickets. So I want to get two. Next, reserve a seat. And here's where you go to the seating. And you see the blue are the seats that are just, oh, that's for the example. and you'll see that not too many seats are taken. If I pick any of those blue seats, it will block off an entire, 12 or 14 seats around me. So that's the way they're maintaining the social distancing in the theaters. All right. Folks, we're out of time.
This went fast.
Next week, I will make sure to send this out to everybody. Next week, we're going to start with photos. We'll be talking about photos. Okay. So a man was telling his buddy, I just got a new set of hearing aids.
Listen to this, Dick.
They cost me a mint. It cost me $4,000, but they're state of the art and they are perfect. His neighbor says, really? What kind is it? And he said, 1230.
Oh, God.
Oh,
I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that. Can you repeat it?
say again, please.
No, that's all right. I was just joking.
No.
Yeah.
All right, folks.
Very good. Thank you
Have a
so
good
much.
day. I'll
Thank
send
you,
out
Bill.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Bill.
Bill.
Thank you.
Good
Happy
weekend.
Thanksgiving.
Bill.
Happy
Happy
Thanksgiving
Thanksgiving to everybody.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yes,
You
thank
too,
you.
Ann.
Thank
Thanksgiving.
Yep.
Peace.
Wow. Hey, Phyllis. Phyllis, you still there? Turn on your microphone. Phyllis. There you go. Hey,
Hi.
Phyllis, I want to talk to you later. What's your phone number?
941-925-8590.
Okay. I'll give you a call sometime a little later.
Okay, because I sent you a message wondering how to get to those men who could fix up my old Mini to give away.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll give you a call and we'll talk about it. Okay.
Okay, thank you. I'm in a retirement village. I'm here all the time, thanks to the pandemic.
Where's the retirement village?
It's called The Fountains down by Sarasota Square Mall.
I've been there. I've been there.
It's beautiful and they're trying to keep us sane by putting things on our television. We have a channel that's just for us.
Uh-huh.
And they put all kinds of games and talks and movies and everything.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, thank you.
You'll
key
be
up.
there. I'll give you a call. Okay.
Yes.
All right, dear. Take care.